start off talking about recent games. Of course, the last four drawn 2 and won 2, so not bad recently.
No, form's been quite good. Quite pleased with the games. Thought the Woking second half was a bit. I don't know if disappointing is the right word, but thought we could have done better. It was a really bobbly pitch for both teams. Didn't really aid the way that we want to play, but we have to overcome that. To be fair, that's no one's fault but our own. We have to learn to overcome difficult conditions sometimes. But the boys' application is fantastic. The work rate, effort, determination, I thought was first class. So I was very pleased with that side of it. Fantastic goal, fantastic strike from Sparksy, and overall disappointed, but not too disappointed.
Yeah, and we saw a couple of changes, of course, due to injuries. Is there any updates on how they're doing?
Cheeky Candy, probably not this season now. Maybe the last game, maybe. Mason Bloomfield's fine. He's alright, Andre Boucard's fine. So from that point of view, we're okay.
Yeah, and we've seen Elliot Justin as well. He looks like he's back in training.
Yeah, he's back in full training now. Will he get a game in before the end of the season? I'm not sure. But he's back in full training. We need to try and put him in some sort of game just to make sure that he's okay. We haven't got a lot of time to do that because this coming week we play 4 games, don't we? We're Saturday, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. But maybe in the last week of the season where we haven't got a fixture, we might be able to get some sort of friendly, really just for Elliot. And if it did come through that, maybe at Macclesfield we might decide, well, let's go and play him and see.
Yeah, and on Tuesday we're meant to travel up to Guiseley. Yes. Of course that got postponed. Must be sort of frustrating. Always,
you know, when we were on the coach, we hadn't left. We were waiting for a decision on the pitch. I think we were pretty aware that the game wouldn't take place, to be honest. We'd had conversations with them. It was a matter of waiting for the referee. So, as disappointing as it was, we were in the picture for quite some time that may be off. And obviously it's made for a very difficult week next week with 4 games in a week.
Yeah, and you mentioned about that, having 4 games in a week. How tough is that going to be?
Tough, you know, our squad's not the biggest. Tough, very tough. So we'll have to sort of work it out as we go, really, in terms of what we pick. I don't think it would be rational to play the same team 4 games. So I think that there will be a little bit of movement in players in and around them games.
Would we see some of the youngsters come in as well?
Possibly, yeah. I think that you know, 1 or 2 of them, Liam Gordon's done particularly well. Elliot Bonds, who got a couple of minutes away at Torquay, has done very well in training, so I would think that there will be an opportunity for players of that ilk to get a game or 2.
Of course, we'll be travelling soon to Wrexham. What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, they're still battling hard for the playoffs, aren't they? It's always a tough game away at Wrexham, always very noisy crowd get behind their team. So we expect that to be a tough one. But at this stage of the season, you know, you're playing teams that a lot of teams have got something really to play for. I mean, Guiseley technically can still stay up. Now that's a big ask, but they'll be battling for their life. Bromley would still look at there's a chance for the playoffs, so that's going to be a battle. And then we go Wrexham Saturday is a battle because of where they are. You know, they're battling hard for it. Maidenhead, who would probably think to themselves, well, we can't do one or the other. So that would be a little bit of a less intense maybe. But then we go to Macclesfield and we don't know how that situation is. They may have won it anyway, but we don't know that yet. So the games that look like they've all got a tough bit about it, and even so, even if the Macs are up, Their last game of the season, they're going to want to go out on a high because I guess they'll be presented with the trophy and everything. So that'll be a tough one as well. But you know what? They're the games you want to be involved in, where there's something on it. You know, when there's something on the game, that's the games you want to play.